Hi guys, Chris and PJ here live in the Dream Giveaway Garage.
Hello everyone.
Ho ho. Hey, it's Mailbag Wednesday, and those of you who are so kind to send us questions for Mailbag Wednesday, thank you so very much. We're going to get right to this. First question comes from Dave Bell. Since the Jeep has a removable top, do the dash electronics have any special protection to protect them from the elements? That reminds me, PJ, can you name me all of the elements?
No, but in Florida there's a lot of rain.
Rain, that's the element we get in Florida. I was never good with that table of elements either. But yes, the Jeep, the Jeep is considered waterproof, but not every component inside of the Jeep is truly waterproof. So what I mean by this, and let's take a look first at the tires here. And look how high up the body of the Jeep is. So the Jeep can easily, I should have had a tape measure for this one. So
2 feet.
Let's say the 2 feet, that's what I think it is. So you can easily go in 2 feet of water. You're not going to bother anything here, but you can really go higher than that. And here's the thing. Now there is carpet here, but you could literally go in water up to about here or so. As long as you air dry it and you clean it out afterwards, you're going to be fine. Here's where you're going to start to get into some, well, you better be careful issues. There's a center console and there's a steering wheel. Or there's a clock mechanism in that steering wheel. And those are the parts of the Jeep here. So we're talking this area here, and we're talking right here. So let's face it, if you're up to water here, you're probably in trouble with your Jeep. But if you're up to water just down here to the bottom of your seat, then the Jeep is water resistant. You can dry all that out. They're meant so that you can air dry it later.
But if you're just driving around and this top is off, just like this,
and you hit rain, that's a great question, PJ. So again, this area is designed to be water resistant, and for the manufacturers who supply these components to Jeep to include in the build, they have to pass some very strict testing to show that they're water resistant. Kind of like your phone is resistant if you drop it to
3 meters or whatever.
3 meters, or whatever the case may be. The same thing I hear with the steering wheel and the clock mechanism. But here's where the aftermarket has come in. If you're out and you've got the doors off and you've got the top off and you hit a rainstorm, I saw them online and you can look them up. They're like a $27 little canvas cover, and they attach here to the top above the touch screen, and they come all the way down. So they will further waterproof your sensitive electronics and protect them against damage. Now that doesn't come with that from Jeep, but they're very inexpensive. So you may want to keep one, tucked down behind a passenger seat or in a glove box. And then if it's raining when the top is off and the doors are off, you just real easily put this protective cover over the panel of sensitive electronics. So again, these are water resistant. They are not waterproof. The same with over here. The aftermarket makes covers you can put on them if you get stuck in a rainstorm and that you can't get to some place like under an underpass or someplace for cover. But that being said, the Jeep is still technically waterproof. So you just got to be careful how much water you put in it, that's all.
Mike Brown says it's a Jeep, not a boat.
It's a Jeep, not a boat. Yeah, but I mean, what's interesting, you can easily get into 2 feet plus of water and not have any issues with it. But again, you're going to want to dry it out afterwards.
Yeah, and here's the floor.
Yeah, and it's designed for that.
And this is carpet.
It is carpet, but the carpet will dry out. So there you have it. That was a great question. I enjoyed answering that too. So next question, Michael K. wants to know, is the Ford F-100 a top oiler or a side oiler? So here's the answer, and this is very easy. According to what I read, 98% of all 427 engines out there are top oilers.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So if you have to guess whether it's a top oiler or a side oiler, It's a top oiler. I don't know if that number is accurate, but ours is definitely a top oiler. A top oiler is also called a center oiler. Get noisy here in the Dream Giveaway Garage. So what happened was Ford, when they designed the 427 FE, and that stands for Ford Edsel engine, and that's what's in that F100, they determined that at high RPMs that there could be some oil starvation to the block. And so they came up with a revised block in 1965 that was a side oiler for super high performance applications. So our engine in that 70 F100 is a 1964 427 block. That means it is a top oiler or a center oiler, not a side oiler. So that answers your question, Michael.
Sure. Jose wants to know, how tall is this Jeep, seeing how we're right here at the
Well,
Jeep?
let's see. So, PJ, you and I are just a little under 6 foot, so I would say this is maybe 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah.
Yeah. We can go get a tape measure if you need us to get exact.
But
it's just a little over 6 foot.
And it's a good 2 foot jump to get in here.
2 foot jump, yeah.
And
again, they're built that way on purpose.
And there's no step up here.
Yeah.
But you do have the handle here.
Here's a question. Huh?
You do have the handle right up here.
You do, yeah. Grab bar, as they call it. PJ, you ready for the question you were going to answer?
What was that?
You want me to ask it? If you pay for the taxes, wouldn't we owe for the money paid on the taxes? We've answered this before.
This is my favorite question, and yes, technically yes. If you win a vehicle or any prize of anything over $600, you're technically responsible for 25% of that fair market value,
including the if we give you money for the taxes. You got to pay tax on the money for the taxes.
Right.
But you really don't have to, and PJ will tell you why.
Yeah, technically what you see when we promote a certain amount, a dollar amount that we're going to pay in taxes, that is the actual 25% plus another 8% on top of that to pay for those taxes. So we use the federal government's gross up formula of 33 1/3% to pay the 25% tax and the extra 8% because we're paying the 25. It's kind of a goofy situation, but it all equates back when you add it all up that the total value is 25% when you backdoor it, when you add those up and then back end it out.
And at the end of the day, no, you don't have to pay.
Right. But people do ask that. They say, "Oh, if you're going to pay me that much in taxes, I'm going to have to owe the extra in taxes." But no, we've already calculated that in. So it's what you would owe, what we paid to put it in. So we'll take care of it all for you, and that's the federal gift tax. So that you, at the end of the year, get a 1099 miscellaneous with your entire income and the withholding already taken care of because we take care of it for you.
There you go. Next question. Again, we don't have a name on this one, but that's okay. Where can we see the past winners? Well, you can see a whole list of them at www.dreamgiveaway.com and click on the tab that says, this is ever so clever, past winners.
But if you're on mobile and you go to the dreamgiveaway.com website, you actually do have to hit that little menu button.
The hamburger.
The hamburger. And then you'll see it in there, past winners, and you can go scrolling through all of the past winners that we've had. Or you can come to the Dream Giveaway Garage, Chris.
And look up at the banners up at the top. Let's go over there.
Yeah. We've got a lot of them.
Try not to sneak peek what's behind you, PJ.
I know, right?
Okay.
I'll have to go high here.
Go high.
But what you can see up there is we're on the back end of all the banners.
Yeah.
So
now you swing back around.
There they are.
There you go.
And they're all
there.
The garage is full of it.
And we are now up to what, 102 winners?
102. Yeah.
Wow. That's great. Plus, next week, we mentioned this to you guys already. Next Friday, right here where PJ and I are standing in the dreamgiveaway.com garage, we're going to hold the awards ceremony for the T-Rex. Yeah,
we'll pull out the T-Rex that's right
over there. Pull out the T-Rex that's right there.
Put it right here.
And the winner is going to not only accept the keys and the title and the truck, he's going to drive it home all the way to the great state of Montana.
Yeah,
that's where he's from.
Larry West has a question, based off the taxes, you still need to pay for local and state taxes, correct? Yeah,
correct.
We don't know what state you're in. We don't know how good your driving record is. All those things for insurances and your tag and your tax for state side.
That's one obligation that you have. And here's the thing. People say, well, how about the registration? You know, you don't have to register it,
That's
but
correct.
if you decide to register it and you want to drive it on a public road, then you have to cover that with your state. You know, many states have reduced registration fees for classic cars. So if you're only going to have a vehicle out, let's say one of these classic Corvettes, say you're only going to have it out 50 or 100 miles a year, you may get a reduced rate from your state DMV because it's a classic and you're not going to have it out every day. It will not be putting wear and tear on those public roads, and so there's reduced rates on that, right?
Yeah, and I think the winner of the Hellcat package that we put together in 2015, that gentleman was from California. And because of the special engine mods that we did, they wasn't able to pass the smog test. And it was the only winner that we've had so far that probably didn't register his vehicle.
That's the only one?
Yeah.
Out of 102?
You know, we tried to make sure if we're going to do some stuff here that it can pass California emissions, but
Yeah.
that was such a special car.
Such a special car. The Hellcat X PJ is referencing.
Yep.
That was an
2015.
amazing car. So let's see here. We talked about all these. I think that covers. Oh, we have something from our dear friend Roger Schofield. Roger, how are you today? Hanging out with the hood? All right. Have we got any pics of the 64 with the auxiliary top? No, but we promised to work on that for you.
Yeah.
And the 64 top is safely tucked away in our storeroom, so can't get scratched up. We'll, you know, maybe sometime this week, PJ and I'll grab it and we'll put it on the 64 and we'll do a Facebook Live with it.
Yeah, so you can see it on there.
That's right. What else do we have going on?
Let's see here. Calvin says he's donated to win the Jeep, and that's true because we only have how many days left, right?
Less than 2 weeks left. There's 13 days left to enter to win the Jeep.
Yeah, 13 days.
Yeah, so get your entries to win at www.dreamgiveaway.com.
It's not only a tall Jeep and a water-resistant Jeep, but it is a fast Jeep.
Fast Jeep, 392 cubic inch V8, 470 horsepower, and 470 foot-pounds of torque. It is the most powerful production Jeep ever created by the good people over at Jeep.
And as Roger Schofield says, you'll need more than a snorkel to make it waterproof.
Yeah, yeah, that is the truth. All right, do we have any more questions, PJ?
That's it. Looks like a quick one today.
Okay. All right, guys, we will see you tomorrow. More great fun, more great action, more great grand prizes. Everything you see behind me. It only happens here.
And behind me, too, but there's some secret
There's
stuff.
top secret stuff behind PJ. We'll see you tomorrow in our favorite place on earth, the Dream Giveaway Garage. And go to dreamgiveaway.com for your entries for your favorite giveaways. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you next time, everyone.